chickle shuffle. Everything's so loud.
It's the loudest.
Yeah, we think it's just an
So maybe once we get in, it'll be fine.
because we have the game audio at 50%.
So,
I kept turning it down, but it just got louder. It fought back.
let me point my camera to me. We got a fix. Alright. Okay. I think we're ready. Hello, everyone. So this is like my first attempt to do Bloodborne on my PC, so we will see how this goes. First things first, we'll do full screen. Put the mouse, the mucin off to the side.
This
Hey,
game
I
is
want to
like
see
six-
no 50-foot taskbar on the side.
Oh,
This
gotta
game
adjust
is like
that brightness.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, good enough. Stop it. Okay. Don't do this to me in game, please. Okay, that all looks fine.
Oh, yes. Pale blood.
Who are you calling pale?
Pale blood.
Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery.
Are you gonna
But
unravel
where's
its
an
mystery?
outsider like yourself to begin?
I'm gonna do a lot to do it. I'll try.
Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Do I really?
Yes.
I don't like legally binding agreements if I don't know what I'm agreeing to.
Sign
This
here,
is the
date
Victorian
here.
era. Sign here.
But I don't want to sign.
I always thought that the default character.
Oh.
Oh, you can enter text on your PS4. Oh, good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Sony.
How kind of them.
I always thought the default character kind of looks like Christopher Lee from the old
I
vampire
kinda see that.
films.
Uh-huh.
I could just be Count Dooku.
You could.
Who will you be?
Who?
You could be so
Are
many
you?
Victorian fellows
You can.
of gals, or a mutant.
You can be a cauliflower, which is
You
what I
could-
like to be.
yeah.
A cauliflower?
An
A
alien
walking
cauliflower.
Cauliflower with tentacles. Yeah.
Yay. Well,
That's later though. That's later.
how about
I was
we'll
Mitch
go-
McConnell, who's a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
How about Mitchell Mick Not Wolf? No, I can't do it.
Mitchell
Not
McNuttwell.
Wolf.
Mitchell
So you
McNaught.
don't like long things, so you may not.
Well,
No, no.
fine. How about just Joe Human?
Oh.
I
Nice
am
and
human,
generic. I am
I
human.
am a human. How old
Like
are you?
in the middle of the night, you're hiding in your house during the hunt, and you hear a bang on your door. It's like, hello, I am human.
I am Joe Human.
I am human. Please come out.
He's
I
my
am
I'm
name.
here. I'm here to fight beasts. Do you have beasts?
And let me bring this back up over here. And we got... What will I be? What will I be?
I personally think that waste of skin is the best, in my personal opinion, because your stats are real low, yeah, but you're level 4, so that gives you a higher level of customization.
At the end of the day, it won't matter. We'll have high stats and everything.
Well, I doubt he's going to be level 179.
I doubt he's gonna get to that point that we got to where we just had like every stat maxed out.
Levels literally mean nothing.
Oh, what have you done? Why?
William, stop doing that.
Okay, I'm wondering...
Change the frame rate to lower.
Let's try.
Go to the settings there. Go to video quality. Change the frame rate instead of the high to standard. You have to be standard.
Wags a finger at you. It's like, you have to be standard now.
I don't
You've shown yourself unable to be high. You must be standard now.
Oh.
Like, all I'm saying is that I'm like halfway through a gameplay of something, and it's worked fine for me.
Well, we can't all have wonderful internet with no one else near us to leech it. I live in the city. Everyone uses the
I
internet.
live in a city.
You live
in-
a stone's throw from Silicon Valley.
There are so many people,
It's right-
and,
it's
and they
right
all
there.
use bandwidth.
It's right there.
It's right there.
They all use bandwidth.
They should have more than enough to spread around.
So you can hear Mark Zuckerberg's plane go by if you listen real
Yes.
hard.
Well, fuck it. We're gonna try it. I want to be horrible. I want to be strong and horrible.
You're gonna do the big strength build.
So I would say you need to right now choose between whether you're going to be a strength or skill build. I would
Or
say.
arcane.
No, you need to be advanced and do that. I'd say do strength or skill.
I will do strength. Joe Human is, surprise, not a human. I would like him to be a werewolf.
I will say, unlike in Dark Souls where there's obvious strength weapons and obvious skill weapons, most weapons in this game have a bit of both.
That's pretty nice.
There are some weapons that are obviously more tilted towards one or the other, but for the most part, 90% of the weapons don't go past, they don't go crazy. And eventually, even if you're doing a strength build, you're going to end up wanting to put a significant number of points in the skill. You'll reach a soft cap with strength pretty quickly, and to do more damage, you'll have to bump up your skill.
Yeah.
They really want you to have points in everything. It's difficult to figure out what you should put stuff in when you level up in this one.
It's
There's
all
nothing-
good. There's nothing wrong to put it into.
I would say with the exception of Blood Tinge, which if you're not doing weird blood magic stuff or gun stuff, you don't need to care about Blood Tinge at all.
Yeah.
Besides that one, I'd say every stat is very important.
Well, that's always a good thing. Oh, okay. How about... I guess we'll keep the voice. This is human skin tone, yes.
Like, I human, yes?
A human. Human.
I am feeling tan today.
What was it? Courage Cowardly Dog. There was a monster that was like a brain and a trench coat. And it walked around and it was like, I human, yes? Yes, you human, I human. That's Joe Human.
Human.
That is Joe Human.
I think it was Courage Cowardly Dog. It was just a brain and like a fedora hat and a trench
That
coat.
sounds like a Courage the Cowardly Dog thing.
And it just walked up, it walked up to the farmhouse, knocked on. It's like, I use phone, yes? And she's like, oh yeah, you can, sure.
Of course,
Because
come
of
in.
course you
Come in.
And then he lifted the
And
phone
then
up
does bad things.
as soon as Eustace looked over, started draining his brain instantly. As soon as his tentacles touched the chair. You're glowing.
I am human, yes.
There's a real blue tinge there.
McCall started off as a gentleman hunter, and eventually he started wearing. He wore an outfit where he wore a red robe with his tools, his precious tools, on his hip, and he wore the face of someone else on his face.
Finish.
That's what eventually happened.
Finalize that contract.
I'm finished.
You've signed. You signed your life away.
But I didn't want to sign. I don't even know the terms and
didn't.
conditions.
You will later.
But that's not fair.
You'll understand much later.
Oh, I should probably do full screen. And no, I'm not going to activate Windows.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion.
Yeah.
No. No.
Why is your internet so fucking shit?
I don't know.
Put the quality down. Do it.
So
But it won't go down
will-
anymore.
No, go over there. Put it to nothing. 5540p.
Had squint. I will point out that Jordan, when you were doing this, you weren't streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, I was recording though.
Maybe streaming live might require more effort.
That's true.
It may.
There's meaning to this. You just don't know it yet. This is deeply metaphorical.
Is that me in the future?
Oh yeah.
That's what McConnell became.
But I am human.
McConnell eventually got on all fours and started charging at people while screaming.
Let's be
Actual
honest.
move sets he had.
Let's be honest. That's what he already wants to do.
Or he would take his claws and rake them on the ground as he runs towards you, causing sparks to fly up.
That thing actually looks a little bit more like me. Yeah. Just look at that skin tone. We could be brothers.
Who cares?
Can you? Can you not? One of them had a mouth that looked like a vagina.
You found yourself a hunter.
There is a weird thing.
Vaginas will play. They're important.
Childbirth is a central theme of this game.
Hooray!
I have to point out blood menstruation, and another fun fact.
Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt.
The Latin root to menstruation involves lunar phases, by the way. So that's also important to the themes of this game.
Oh yeah.
Of lunar phases and bloods and menstruation and childbirth and renewal. And curses.
I'd just like to point out that my skin tone exactly matches my shirt.
It does.
And it's a little unsettling. It looks like
Well,
I'm wearing gloves.
if you made yourself really wrinkled, you'd look like a Thumerian,
You would.
which are these tall, pale people who were the people before. It's like before and a capital B before.
Oh.
I don't know about this.
This,
I think you.
yeah. As much as I want.
I don't know if it's you may. My guess is that the problem is remote play because that would be Sony. And so probably if you bought the game and wasn't using Jordan's thing, it'd go fine.
No, it'd be the same. Remote play.
so?
He's because he's playing it from his PS4. He's not playing it from mine.
Yeah.
It's the same thing either way.
I just wish I could directly.
Do you have the PS4 connected directly into your router?
No.
No,
Can you?
The router would be upstairs.
It's like it's using Wi-Fi right now. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
You gotta buy
That's
another one of those
wrong.
outlet things you have.
No,
that
that's
you
you need to just connect that to the router.
like, and then William sits down and contemplates
But
the
it's-
effort.
It's connected. It's connected to the wall thing. And my computer.
It's not good enough, clearly.
Well, what I think I need to do is either connect it directly into the wall thing, or like you said, connect it directly to the router. But I don't know. Hold on.
Like, slowly lays down on the floor and like crawls up the stairs. Oh,
Don't unplug the PS4 while it's running a game. I don't think Sony will care for that.
I think they might get upset.
They get upset every fucking time the power flickers, and there's nothing I can do about that, Sony. I can't. They judge you so hard.
That
for that shit.
condescending
It's like,
message.
It's like, did you know that you did this wrong, you stupid dumbass bitch? It's
And
like,
it beeps
fuck
at you.
You
It's like,
stupid
beep, beep, you
prick.
did it wrong. And I'm like,
Beep, beep, you did it wrong.
I
Like,
can't
did
control the
you know
weapon.
you did this wrong, you junkie whore? It's like, I didn't. I don't control the power, Sony.
Oh,
Look,
don't
you have to call my power company.
Uh-huh.
Ask them why it flickered.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I try and I try. But Sony makes it so difficult. Why do you make it difficult, Sony?
We don't know.
Because my computer only has the one jack, so I can't just plug it into my computer.
No, you would be no. That's not how you get internet.
I know, but I don't have an option. I don't have
Like
option.
It
randomly,
needs to go into the router is what it needs to do.
you can't parsec Jordan into your house, so he can just pull. So he
I
can,
can't fix your situation.
so he
I'm
can
sorry.
point and just like put this in here and move this here, and it works.
My
So I'm sure the
thing-
issue is that both your computer and the PS4 are trying to go off. So your PS4 is using the Wi-Fi, right?
PS4 is using the Wi-Fi. My computer is plugged in.
Okay, well, we had issues when you were using Wi-Fi on your computer, so it's probably the same thing. That's why you use the power line adapter for your computer.
Your internet's fine. Your Wi-Fi is shit.
Yes.
Probably because your stuff is on the second floor. And
Yeah.
You're on the bottom floor because even if it's in a different room, it can actually make it weaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you would just need to put your PS4. It doesn't even need to be hooked up to a TV or anything. If you just hook it up to your router, that's fine. Because you can just put it in rest mode and start it with the remote play.
I'm thinking of where I could put it. Because
On the floor.
my
Just
router is
imagine.
behind the couch, and that is not where the PS4 usually goes.
Like shoving the
Space.
PS4 like under some stuff,
Damn it,
covering
underneath the
covering
couch.
it with blankets. It's like you stay under there.
That'll be healthy for it. I'll do that. Fuck. I don't know. Without moving a whole bunch of shit. 'Cause we
This
have a
person
bookcase.
came out of their blood ministration. He's just like, I don't know about this. The city
He's like-
scares me.
I
He
don't-
feels migraines in his head that makes him go slower. He teleported.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
You don't think you got the reflexes to dodge some stuff while doing this? You don't-
No, not when it decides that it's just not going to show me what's happening for a full second and a half.
It's like, obviously you have to know.
You just have to know.
You
You have
use
to
the
know and
force.
feel. Use your insight.
And just beware, if your controller disconnects, it'll take you probably a good 10 seconds to reconnect. Don't die.
Like, real hardcore Bloodborne players don't need a controller to beat the game. That's for the casual players.
Well, for tonight, you could probably do something else, but I expect you to figure this shit out by the weekend. Or else
Uh-huh.
we will have to come to your house and figure it out for you.
We will.
I'll probably,
And we'll have to open your window and be like, you don't need this. And just like throw something outside the window. Now you have room.
I'll probably end up just.
Taking a full couch and flinging it out the window into the street. It's like,
You didn't fucking
You didn't
need
sit
this.
there, so you don't need it.
I've never seen any of you sit here. It's like I'm in the house for the first time.
I have nothing to do tomorrow, so I'll probably figure it out tomorrow.
But that's totes the issue because we went through all this rigmarole with the computer and the Wi-Fi.
That is true. But I'm also streaming and doing Parsec and doing
Oh yeah, I mean I'm sure that adds more to it, but
Well, if
If
you
we
got all
could-
this
it-
shit together, you could stream Red Dead Redemption 2 and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
or the Spoderman and other such.
the world opens
things.
up.
Yeah.
This is true. And I have been playing Red Dead a lot. Oh.
I mean, the world opened up for me. I figured out how to do it, and so I played a PS2 game from 20 years ago. I made good use out of it.
That's fair. Okay, I guess I'll just do some fucking League or some shit and kill myself
yeah.
tonight. In a video game, of course. Don't ban
Like
me,
if you-
Twitch, please.
That's not what I eat at.
Like if you do League, then I need to leave.
Well, then,
Make me sad.
well, I'll play Risk of
League
Rain if
is
you stay.
horrid.
I would rather do that.
Okay.
League of Legends makes me sad, and I think
Anything
of
that's
all
not
of it.
League.
I can do.
Don't
Risk
say
of
that.
Rain.
There's plenty of things that are even worse than that.
Nothing he'd bring up, I'm sure.
I could play One Finger Death Punch.
That's a fine old game, but I don't know what the commentary potential of that would be.
You're hitting him. You're hitting him. Oh, you're hitting him.
It is one
Yeah.
of those games you do have to focus real hard on too. And that's a whole thing. Oh, give me my mouse. How dare you take it away from me, Hapu Games? Skip that so I can move my shit over on my other screen.
I had Father Gascoigne's music and Lady Maria's music just in my head, looking forward to Bloodborne. I
Okay.
just think of like charging cavalry with Father Gascoigne's
Oh, yeah.
music. It makes me think of like heavy knights or something like that with like thunderous hooves.
Ba-da-dum-ba-da-dum-ba-da-dum-bum-bum. So,
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun,
I-
da-da-dun.
give me one of these guys to play as. I can
Purple.
purple. There's purple. There's purple, and there's
No,
That's not
purple.
I like that one. He's got
That
chains
one.
and he's a lizard.
He is a lizard.
Him.
Well, first things first. Let me take away your abilities because that can't happen.
As I saw that, I was like, do that one. That's one of those things where it's like, you should shoot this enemy. And I'm like, I grab the mouse, like,
No.
that one.
No, please.
That one.
Okay. Should I actually do like an actual run, or should I do some fun shit where I can actually like have
I
bonuses?
don't know a single thing about this game.
Fine, we'll just do it on easy, and I'll just play this thing. You play until you die. That's the entire
I don't know what
game.
I'm seeing.
You play until you die, and that's the entire thing.
I feel like this is Risk of Rain 2, correct?
Two.
I feel like the first game came out, and then they made the second one very soon after.
The first one was a 2D side scroller, I believe.
Okay, so
This seems
I'm
very
incorrect
different
about
than that.
I have seen a little bit of this game.
Your legs are real wobble.
Well, these bastards need to fucking die. Okay, so
He's got
the
little claw hands.
the blue, or I should say the light blue ones. Oh, David's on. Actually, maybe we can have David play too. But the light blue ones are ice ones, and whenever they hit you, they slow you, and they do extra damage, and when they die, they explode with like a big ice field. These are lunar pods. They have lunar items, which are extra items that have like a benefit,
Essence of
and
Heresy.
That seems like a lot.
they have very fun names like that. So Essence of Heresy replaces my special skill, which is my R skill, with Ruin, and I don't know what that does. So let's see. Well, I hit it.
I was gonna say, are
Did
these
anything?
guys
I
even
didn't
doing
see
anything?
nothing.
They
Did
just like
anything
walked
happen?
up to you and.
Just saying a nice howdy do.
I don't know what it's doing. I don't know if it's helping me or not. Okay, I guess I'll just have to check it at some point. When I'm not being attacked, preferably. Can I do it from here? I don't know what ruin is. It doesn't tell me.
No, I don't.
So you just go around, you kill things to make money, and you spend the money to get items.
And the game gets ridiculous.
It does. It gets the most ridiculous.
I've watched
I'll get this.
a year ago.
It'll be nice. More health. Haha. So the thing about this guy is that he has a lot of poison. And he has... Oh. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's how ruin works. So if you attack them, then you put a mark on them, and then you have to use R in order to detonate the mark.
Interesting. So that'd be really useful if you had some AoE stuff, probably.
Which I've got plenty of. Although I think it might only apply it with a regular attack. It has to be a regular attack, maybe, and it has to be on cooldown. No, maybe it doesn't have to be a regular attack. Maybe it just has to be on cooldown. Yeah, just on cooldown. Even better. So as long as it's on cooldown, I can apply that mark, and I can just
This does
kill
seem like
things.
a big beefy boy.
He actually has the most starting health out of any of the other things, but he's very slow. He doesn't really have much in the way of range, and his main thing is poison. And I don't think I have him built the correct way to actually use that. Because I no longer have my R ability, which before it was stolen from me, it was a contagious poison.
Oh, you're playing Bloodborne, by the way.
No, I'm not.
Just so you're aware, it is still Bloodborne.
Fine.
You don't-
Fine.
You don't want somebody wandering in here wanting Bloodborne and seeing this, and they're like, "Oh, fuck him! I don't like this person. I'm gonna spread hatred of him around the whole channel."
Don't do that, please.
You don't have to close the whole stream.
I know.
Yeah, you
I
can just
know.
change it.
I
We
just
don't
gotta
need
pull
another
it up.
like 10-minute long Bloodborne
Mhm.
stream. That's mostly Risk of Rain 2.
Yes.
Risk of Rain because Bloodborne didn't.
Don't you fucking blame Bloodborne? Don't you dare.
Well, it's my stream. I can blame whoever the fuck I want.
Don't.
It's never my fault.
Well, you took a stone tablet and you made sure that we're going to make fun of your internet forever. Anytime there's any hiccup,
it goes out for a second.
we'll point at you and scream every time.
It's gonna happen. I've already resigned myself to it.
You didn't have to do that. It was within your power to not.
Well, we've proven that truth doesn't matter, so we might as well lie in ways that benefit us.
Well, nothing is true. Everything is permitted. We've all played Assassin's Creed, haven't we?
Played the free one.
There was
It's
a
like
free one?
Xbox gave me a free one years ago.
Oh.
The 2 one with the Ezio for gold.
Through reasons that I don't understand, I somehow managed to acquire like 4 different copies of Assassin's Creed 2.
What?
Just out of, I don't know why. I bought it, and then like on the CD, and then it came out for free. So I had it digitally and I had it physically, and then I think someone else gave me a copy, so I had another physical one, and then it happened like again totally separate like a year later.
Well, that's dumb.
Where for no reason I had 4 different versions of the same game.
Did you just give them away to somebody or something?
No, I have like 3 of them just sitting over there.
Oh.
I just put them next to each
Like
other.
this one's the Monday copy, and here's the Tuesday copy. When I'm feeling a little saucy, I use the Friday one.
Might as well just give it to GameStop for a couple quarters.
I knew
A
that
couple quarters, they'll give you like a nickel, a shiny nickel, but a nickel nonetheless.
I knew that Assassin's Creed wasn't for me whenever I'd be playing their games, and I liked it when they weren't being Assassin's Creed. I liked it whenever they were doing whatever gimmick they decided to do that game, and they were doing that, and weren't doing the Assassin's Creed stuff. And then when they decided it was time to do the Assassin's Creed stuff, I was annoyed and didn't want it.
That's fair. I play.
I'm looking at you, Black Flag. A great pirate game weighed down by Ubisoft deciding we must be an assassin.
Because you must. Obviously.
And
That's
you
the one I
must
played was
follow
2.
people. And you must follow people and eavesdrop on them constantly for no reason. And you'll be happy having a gay old time on your ship, and then they'll stop, and it's like, you must get out of your ship. You must walk over here really slowly for a really long period of time.
I don't want
must.
to. Boats are
You must.
faster. I did not play Black Flag actually. I played the first one. I played the second one. I played a little bit of Revelations and a little bit of 3, and that's it.
Played and beat 2, and then played a bit of Origins before I got bored of it.
As I said, Black Flag is amazing when they don't have you do assassin stuff. Whenever they just let you be a pirate, it's fantastic. And they have missions and story aspects where they're just like, just be a pirate, and it's great.
Do what you want because a pirate is free.
But and then they're like, now take that ship and now go up to that dock and get out of the ship and walk over here and do this now.
But
And
that's
it's like, well, this is
dumb.
real shit.
I want to be
Also-
a pirate, not some fucking dumb shit assassin.
Also,
not
I
cool.
feel 99% of the time where I had to do an assassination, I just shot someone. like they would be, like the target would run, right? And they'd be running in such a way that there's like a whole bunch of things parallel to them where like they want you to run up it and do parkour stuff. And I would just pull out a gun and shoot them.
Because
Like in
pirate.
the back. Like shoot
because
them right in the
pirate.
back. And then the cutscene would happen and I'm like, I had jumped on them and did the wrist blade, and it's like I just shot him in the back
It
because I
wasn't
have a
that
gun, and I'm a pirate, and I have a gun.
This is the age of piracy, and pirates did love using guns.
Yeah.
After all, you
Kill
can't
from
stab a
afar.
man from a ship away.
They gave me a gun in that game, and then they really didn't want me using it, I guess, because I used it religiously, and it worked. It surprisingly was very effective using guns.
Huh.
I believe it.
Like more than a blade?
Yeah, far more. They'd have like
Huh.
some tough enemies show up where it's like, oh, you gotta do weird combos. So it's like, no, shoot him in the head. Done.
Yeah.
Move on. And in that game, since you're a pirate, one of the things upgrades you can get is you start carrying more pistols on you because pirate. And eventually you get to the point where you have like 6 pistols on you, and it's like, I don't need to. By the time I've killed 6 people in a fight, the fight's over.
Like I've got a pistol for every day of the week.
It's like if I board a ship and I've taken out a pistol and I've shot 6 different people, I've probably won that boarding action.
Yeah, probably.
So
don't
that's
think
how
they'll
every fight would be. We'd go to board a ship. I'd pull out a gun, shoot a guy, pull the gun, shoot a guy, shoot another guy, shoot another guy, and until my guns run out, and then I find a flintlock on the ground and pick that up and shoot another guy, and then the battle would be over.
It's almost like bullets are really effective at killing people.
Yeah.
I
And
will
the
say,
game
whenever I
wasn't
played
prepared for it.
Assassin's Creed 2, and they finally gave you the gun upgrade for your hidden blade, I used that
I
every
used that all
single
the time, too.
opportunity.
Yeah. It's like guns are real good or something.
Yeah, especially if you can
Who
kill
knew?
if you can kill a man from a building away without ever having to even be seen. Why the fuck wouldn't you? Like everyone just
use
hears
that
a
all the
bang,
time.
and by the time everyone actually looks around to see where it came from, you're gone.
Like in Black Flag, there's a part where they give you like a blowpipe for you to do
Why?
stuff. And I know they gave. First of all, they give it to you really late. Like I'm
Why?
I'm like the king of the pirates. I've like unlocked the late stage like pirate ship upgrades to where I can like take on like the biggest battleships the British Navy can throw at me, right? And they're like, well, here's this blowpipe.
I remember
And-
when Blackbeard pulled out a blowpipe and made somebody sleep.
It's like one.
I remember when he did that. Do you guys remember when that happened in Pirates of the Caribbean?
It's like
where Captain Jack just got a blowpipe out, hit Davy Jones, and made him go to sleep for a bit?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like, for one, I ain't never fucking gonna use that. And 2, it ruins every single clothing outfit you can ever have. Because there's just this random wooden pipe on your back. It's pretty long too, it's like the length of your forearm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's on your back, and so I have this wonderful pirate trench coat that I worked really hard collecting shit all over the Caribbean to unlock. And then they're like, well, let's strap this tacky piece of shit on your back that you can't remove.
You like a big old piece of bamboo that just sticks on your back and you never really do anything
Connected
with it?
via duct tape.
And I know I'm not the only one because I actually looked online and there's apparently some bugs you can do that makes it to where it glitches out and it disappears, and people were doing that, so you don't have to look at it.
Like specific outfits or something? Or
No, there was like, so if you basically took it out and then did an action, did like blah 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 stuff, then whenever you would put up the blowpipe, it wouldn't show up on your back because it ruins. There's like one outfit in the whole game, and it's like a Native American outfit you can wear, and that's the only outfit in the whole game that matches that weapon, and that weapon is in my face because it's on your back and it's long and it's large. It's horrible. And it clips through everything.
But European man with blowpipe, you are amused, yes?
I hate it.
You are amused. I know. Ooh. They actually changed that one a little bit. It used to be that you would turn invisible whenever you just took a large amount of damage. But that was useless because by the time you hit the late game and you really take any damage, you're dead.
You die.
Yeah. There will come a point where I can just like walk around and kill everything in one hit, but then a boss comes in and they have like 4 friends and then they all hit you at the same time and you're dead and there's nothing you can do about it.
I just realized how free my weekend's gonna be now that Sam has decided that nothing is going to happen this weekend.
Fanny.
Just like I could just dance and be free. Go into a field naked dancing.
Like there's at least 6 hours of my Saturday that I know are just totally open.
I feel like I haven't had a weekend in a while.
Yes. You work for my full-time streaming agency.
Well, it's about a part-time job, I will say.
It's like streaming.
16 hours a week. That's about a part-time job right there.
It's like
You're fine. It's for the
streaming
publicity.
here, recording with Jordan for YouTube, and also doing D&D.
I was saying, D&D, all of William's streams, YouTube videos of myself that I put on my channel.
How narcissistic.
Breathing.
It takes up a lot of time.
It really
It
does. More than you realize.
I'm busier now. Far busier now than I was before the pandemic.
You gotta, those idle hands. You gotta do
Idle
something.
hands are the devil's playthings.
Oh, the devil can play with my hand.
The gentle protector. He's gonna be real gentle with you.
Oh, he's gonna hit me. He's gonna. Oh, he didn't hit me for that much.
I love jellyfish.
He's gentle.
He's
I
very
love
gentle.
jellyfish.
Although he's gonna explode here soon, and it's gonna.
I love
hurt.
all deep sea creatures, but in particular jellyfish.
Oh,
They can
it's about
kill
to
the shit out of
explode.
you.
It's about to
They
explode.
can.
And they don't even care. They don't
don't.
even. They're just like, who are you? Oh, you're dead.
Whoa! I missed him, but I got him. I missed him, but I got him.
I read a story not that long ago about a guy getting hit by the box jellyfish
Oh, that must.
and dying fully like 8 days later from it.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Where like the residual aftershocks of the initial hit just sort of like lingered with him until eventually he's like, oh, no, and
It's
died.
like, not only will you die, you die slowly.
That
In
sounds
pain.
cool. Animals
The
are
jellyfish,
horrifying.
it's the jellyfish that can fit in the palm of your hand. It's like tiny.
I know there's another one that is native to the Australian coast, the Australian east coast, I believe, called the
The buck
Irukandji
jellyfish is
jellyfish.
also
That is only
Australian.
like about the size of a thumbnail, but has enough venom to kill you.
Don't go to Australia. It's a prison colony. Why do people want to go there?
It's a bad
It's
place.
a prison colony full of spiders and
It's
monsters.
a terrible place that has nothing good in it at all. Except for the Irwins. They're the only good thing that Australia has given me.
Like, well, people. Even
No, they have
argue
no.
that.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. They've given me Steve Irwin and they've given me Kylie Minogue, and that's all they've given me.
I was really into Steve Irwin as a child. Like a whole lot. And him
Liked him as
dying.
well.
Him dying was a whole thing with me.
It's just like he died. Person
was-
I saw.
It was really
Died.
depressing because I was like really into him, and to the point to where when he died, my mother told me because she knew I was really into him,
Had to soften
And,
the
like-
blow a little bit.
and like watched his show religiously and stuff like that.
I will say, it did surprise me whenever I first found out. I did not expect him to die. He'd handled so many animals before that he shouldn't have.
And the irony that it's some random fucking animal you wouldn't think of.
And then afterwards, I see like pictures of the barbs if you actually cut them out, and they're fucking huge. I didn't realize they were that big.
It was unlucky. Is what it was.
Yeah, it was. Can't really get much more unlucky than that.
It just happened to get him in the heart. Oh, that's I still remember when Michael Jackson died.
Oh,
the
this
boy would
is
have been
the demon
The
level.
boy would have been 7 years old when Michael Jackson died.
Oh, I feel the
Where
years.
the fuck does Tyler find these young people?
I don't know.
I think he robs cradles.
It's possible.
I
He
just
may be a
imagine-
changeling.
He has like a list of hobbies he wants to do. It's like none of my friends want to do these. So
So
I
let
need
me
to
just.
go.
I think he goes. What he does is he goes to like when a recess is happening in a grade school. He hangs out.
Like comes in and he's like, "You like these cards?
You
wanna
the
play cards?
I got some cards, kid.
You need some place to go after school. I got a safe space if you want to.
I got a halfway house you can sleep on the floor at.
You want to be at my house and play cards?"
How many people does he have living there now? Or where is he staying? Is he staying with David?
I think it's just the boy. I don't actually even know.
I don't
He's
know.
changed living situations like 2 or 3 times since the pandemic started, so I don't know where he is or who he lives with or what his situation.
Before, there was often I would go over there and there'd just be people on the floor. So that's why I call it a halfway house. It's like there would just be people sleeping on the floor. It's like, why are you here? Do you not have a home?
Everyone's drunk.
Why are you
They just-
here?
they
People
just-
would come over to his apartment and then they would just fall asleep on the floor.
That did happen a lot.
I was like,
I
why
believe
are
it.
you here? Why did you come here to do
They'd
this?
come over here and just like slowly lay down.
I was like, what does
Go to
this
sleep.
what does this get you?
Literally on the floor.
I was like, do you not have a home?
It's like I needed this floor. It's the only place I could sleep in the whole
Do
town.
you not have a mattress?
It's really good for my back.
I don't. Every single time it happened, I just stared at them. I was like, what is happening?
I don't know either.
If I'm gonna sleep, I might as well just go home.
But they would go to his house to fall asleep.
It was with a couple people, David included, where
Uh-huh.
they would show up and they'd be up and about and active for about an hour, and then slowly over time they would just lay down on the floor in the middle of the day. Fully,
Broad
it's like,
daylight.
It's like
not
11
even broad
o'clock.
daylight. The TV has something going on it. Games being played, and they're just
It's
like
like-
laying in front of it sleeping.
It's like
With
11 a.m.
with like 6 other people in the room talking and playing games.
and they're just slowly falling asleep like a drug den.
So I call his apartment a halfway house.
I think that's apt at this point.
He has a bizarre way of living.
But you know what? If that works, I suppose.
It kind of works. It works a little bit.
It's not my thing, but whatever works.
I prefer a thing called a mattress, personally.
I mean, whenever I think of his home, I still think of the apartment that he hasn't lived in since the pandemic
same.
started. That was several apartments ago.
That's the
that
only one I know.
I've not seen any of them.
I honestly didn't even know he moved.
Like
He
several
moved in.
times
He
now.
moved in with some random guy at one point, and
That he hated.
And he was telling us it'd be all right if we were there, but we all felt really uncomfortable because we were like, we don't know who this
Because
person
there's just
is.
like another guy's house. It's like, I don't want to go over
But
to some other guy's house.
luckily, COVID put that out of our hands, and we didn't have to do that. And then he left that and then moved somewhere else. And I think he might have went somewhere else after that. I can't remember.
Maybe.
That's a lot of places
And this
to
is
go. in a
this
year.
is just since the pandemic started, so I can't keep track. It's like
I
like
don't
phone
know.
numbers, but living situations.
I expect I'll ask him for his address. I was just like, it's the alley behind the Burger King.
Oh,
It's like
Me and the boy
I blocked
back
it off
there.
with some cardboard.
it's
You
the
can come back
dumpster
here,
behind the
it's
Burger King. I stay there sometimes. When
If
it's
you
warm.
if you see the crack whore, you've gone too far.
We siphon the power from the local J.C. Penney so that we can plug in.
Yes. We found an electrical socket. We've hooked it into. We've got a really big extension cord going back here.
You know, you joke, but that sounds like something he would do.
We've put a pitcher beneath the drain so we can get the rainwater.
I didn't jump where I wanted to. So these demons.
This game's got some music.
Yes,
I never
it
really
does.
noticed the music of it before.
got some
It's
real
got some
jams.
guy just going nuts in it.
And it never stops either. I'm pretty sure it's just either a continuous loop or it's just like what's the term?
Dynamic.
Yeah.
Changes depending on the situation.
Well, it doesn't really change on the situation. It really just kind of doesn't stop.
Ever.
It doesn't. I genuinely cannot think of an actual starting point that I've ever heard with this music. Jump away. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Die.
That's not a goat hoof at all.
It is. It's Paul's goat hoof.
But that image did not look like a goat hoof at all.
It's Paul's goat
Have
hoof.
you never seen a goat hoof?
It looked to me like a piece of paper, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is Paul's goat hoof. Are you telling
Is that
me?
what's on your right foot?
It's yeah, it's a goat hoof. Every item that you get is it shows up on you somewhere. Where's the fucking teleporter? You can tell where the teleporter is if you pay attention to the particles in the air. There it is. That's how you can find it on big maps. And there are some pretty big
You lift
maps.
your head, start sniffing. It's like, well, there's the teleporter.
Pretty
I
much.
smell it.
I hear it. I hear it around here somewhere.
I think whenever I watched a playthrough of this, it was whenever it first came out, because I think there wasn't that many characters in the game.
That is possible. They've been consistently putting out characters. It's pretty nice.
I think there was like 4 or 5 characters.
Oh no, it's about to do the thing! Oh.
When did this game come out?
At least a year and a half ago, at least.
I think it's been like 3 years? Maybe 4. I think I had it before I left. Before I left Illinois.
Time gets really confusing. I've gotten where I measure time kind of by the pandemic. Like,
There's the before times, now there's the during times.
yeah.
Will the after times ever come?
And so I have to, possibly, more people get
Possible, who
access.
knows?
Well, I took my shot of the old blood already. If there's anybody in the
I thought
audience
it
here
as-
listening that hasn't done it, then you need to fucking do it now, immediately.
Yeah.
Schedule your fucking appointment this instant.
Continuing,
It's available to you.
It is
If
free
you're
and
over the
available.
age of 16, it is free and available.
Continuing my theory about black males over 30 being aggressively ignorant for no particular reason.
Well, you should probably put that in some context real quick.
I am. I know 3 black men that are over the age of 30 that I know, and each one of them have stated openly that they will not take the vaccine. No reason particularly given. Just they're like, no.
I don't get it.
It includes my mother's boyfriend as one of those people.
I don't understand why. Like,
I don't either.
my-
It's a strange. I'm gonna vote for George Wallace, and I don't know what it is.
my great-grandfather, who is going on 90 at this point, has said that he probably won't. But I think it's mostly just because he's, like, already on oxygen, and I don't think he thinks he's going to be around for much longer anyway.
Like, there's like Tuskegee and stuff like that, but how many people actually know about all that?
Like, don't you tell me that the majority of the population
Yeah.
knows about that. Don't you
It's
tell
like,
me.
because, I mean, when this comes up in, like, you know, political circles with, like, polling and demographics, they're like, well, you know, there's, like, Tuskegee and the history of medical science failing black America and all
Like,
that.
what
Like,
percentage
but how
of
many
black Americans
people
know
know
about
that?
Tuskegee?
yeah. It's like,
Here's a fair point. Yeah. I mean,
so it's
personally,
not
I
going to
didn't
inform their
even-
decisions.
I didn't even know about it until I was in high school, at the very least, and that was only because I learned about it from some place that was not school.
Like, so I don't. I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's some cultural thing with if you're African American, male, and over a certain age, there's some weird cultural thing to where it's like you want whatever status quo you're in to remain that way, no matter if you're on the ship and it's currently sinking. You want to stay on that ship because who knows what's on the other ship.
What if the other ship is sinking faster?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's unique. It's black males over 30 and then white men over 45 living in a rural area.
Well, that's
Getting
a very
further and further specific.
that is
Yeah.
a very specific demographic with some.
It's
very
like those
specific
are the two groups that are like whatever the situation is, I just want to do that no matter how bad that situation might be. I don't understand it.
I mean, I don't disagree. Like we've already mentioned previously in private that my father is exactly like that. Although at least he decided that he would take the vaccine. So, but I think that's mostly just because his fiance is pregnant and he doesn't want that to be a thing.
I twisted the arms of everyone I know. I was like, "You're getting a vaccine right now."
You
Like,
should.
I got
There's
Get
no
it
reason not
fucking
to.
immediately.
both my parents. I straight up, it's like I'm signing you up, and if you don't show up, I'm gonna take you. Like I'll go over there, grab you by your ear, and then walk you over there like a child in front of
take
the
you in the
the
night.
whole Kroger. I'll tell them that you were too immature to get this on your own, and I had to take you.
I had to call off of work just so I could come and take your monkey ass to get your vaccine.
My mother used a lot of excuses to get out of it. She's not an anti-vaxxer, but for some reason she had a lot of vaccine hesitancy, where she kept bringing up like people she knew that had side effects and stuff like that. It was like bizarrely worried about it.
There's always a thing. I don't know why.
Advil is more dangerous than the vaccine.
It's true.
It is.
But and it got to the point where she kept wanting to reschedule it and pushing it back further and further, and eventually I was just like, let me look at your work schedule. And I squeezed her in during one of her lunch breaks of her work schedule. And I was like, now you show up there, goddammit, because I know you have the time. I made sure.
You fucking better.
Like, you will show me the card that they give you. You will show me your papers.
We were talking about Tyler. It's like, I want to see people's papers because I don't trust them.
I don't trust Tyler, and I sure as fuck don't trust any others.
It's like, I don't trust Tyler, and I trust everyone else he's with even less.
Uh-huh. They'll lie right to our face and say they got it when they did not.
That's just like behind our backs. It's like they're real big on this vaccine thing. Just tell them you got it. And it's like, and then we're there. It's like, well, where's your papers? Where's your paperwork?
Where are your
Where's your
papers?
CD?
Show me your
paperwork?
papers.
It's like there's some codes they write on it. I want to see the codes.
Ausstaffen! Deinthofen! Show me 9 papers!
If you don't got your papers, then I guess we're going somewhere else.
If you don't have your papers, you
If
go to the
if
camp!
you can't take the 15 minutes out of one day to get a life-saving fucking thing, you stupid, terrible piece of shit, I hate you.
To the gulag with you.
I will say within the next week or so, we could start considering doing stuff at my house because by this time next week, I will be a weekend after my second shot. My father will be getting his second shot, I believe, next week. But he's had his first shot. And me and my father have went through lockdown this entire time. When we were outside, we wear a mask and stuff like that. So starting next week, and possibly a week after that, we can start having hangouts at my place. And no one's entering here without the papers.
Oh no, the papers must be shown.
I'll be out on my front porch like, show me your papers.
Alright. So this has a quite high chance of killing me here. So I just want to throw that out there before I potentially die. Because I'm not bad at this game, I swear.
It's never been like this before, I swear.
I swear.
I don't know what happened. It's not usually like this.
Alloy worships you. This is some
Interesting.
Legend of Zelda ass name.
It makes me think
there
of
is
like a
story.
Kirby enemy.
There is a story. It's just very difficult to find.
It looks like something from Kirby.
Oh no, that might hurt. Okay, it missed me. But
Do
this
you
thing,
have like lifesteal mechanics or something?
I don't have it right now, but I do have items that just make me heal a shit ton. And
You
The
know,
colors.
You know, you probably could. Whenever we were messing with the quality of everything like that, was that for share play that we were messing with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. It was just something that came to mind. So I was about to say we probably wouldn't need to have any of the low settings on.
I think this is already set pretty high on this game.
I was just wondering. It just came to mind.
Could do that gamma boost. Okay, so that thing didn't kill me, but it's probably only because I'm on easy mode. On normal mode, I'd probably be dead by now. But I wanted to show some things because it's a fun game.
I'm too old to give a shit about difficulty mode. I'll put it on easy and I'll have fun doing it.
The only
I
thing with
never
this
really
game
cared
is
about
that
the
it
end.
just goes and goes, especially if it's on easy mode. Like, I've played one round of this that went on for literally 300 minutes, which I believe would be 5 hours straight.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
It is a lot. And it only stops when you die.
I was someone who, what I always like to do in games is I always like to find cheat codes or something like that and then self-impose rules with them. That's something I always like to do, where I'll like do something to give me an advantage or do something that resets the game to a certain parameter and then do that.
But cheat codes have disappeared for some strange unknown reason.
Well,
Yeah.
the fun thing about this game is that there is a similar mechanic to cheat codes in
They got the Halo skulls is what they got.
Well, what they are the artifacts, and they essentially just change up your game. Like, you can get an artifact that lets you choose any items that you get within a certain rarity, of course. There's one that lets you deal 500% more damage, but you only have 10% of your HP. Fun things like that.
That one sounds quality.
I like to do both of those, and oh no, they might kill me. Okay, it didn't kill me.
Die.
I'm trying. When they get low health, they do a big fuck off explosion. Oh, there's 4 of them. I thought there were only 3. And he's gonna explode again. Oh, God.
It's like fully in the middle of all of them. By the way, Jordan, at the top right, you see how it says very hard there? So a mechanic he hasn't really explained is that whenever he's playing through this, he's wanting to, go through the level, and he could sprint as fast as he wanted to get through the level, basically. But the longer he's at the level, he gets all that. That bar that says very hard, that's constantly ticking up, and that doesn't care what level you're on. So if he fucks around too long, he'll start getting progressively harder, and he needs to progress to a different level to get better rewards. And so it's a balancing game.
Does it go back down then?
No,
It does not.
It just keeps. Very hard is the tip of the iceberg for how high it keeps going.
I believe after very hard, it's impossible, and then after impossible, it's I see you. And then after I see you, it's I'm coming for you.
Like,
And
there
then
are
after
difficulty
that,
levels past impossible.
And then I believe after that, it's just ha 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 indefinitely.
Yeah.
It
So
just laughs.
he's getting, despite the fact he's only on stage 4, he's already gotten into a harder difficulty. So that might come back to bite him in the ass here in a bit.
Yeah, I typically take my time on levels to try and find all the different chests and stuff. But this is the Bazaar Between Time, where you can use your lunar coins, which are in the top left of the screen. I've got 23 of them, which is a ridiculous number, and I can spend them on things. All of these are lunar items that I could get, and I can get every single one of them if I really want to.
I
This
like
is
how
the
much of a
newt.
kleptomaniac your character looks like.
Yeah,
It-
they
it
just have
does-
random shit
It
strapped.
looks
to
like
them.
he just like walked around. He's like, I want this, that around my
this
neck.
and
you know?
this and this and this.
It is the newt, and actually the newt. The first time you meet him, he actually has another character that is just like frozen right here next to him that you have to spend some lunar coins to get.
He kind of looks like he'd be a Dark Souls NPC to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd
bit.
walk up to him, and he's like, I can respect you.
Yes.
I think I'll get this. I spend 5 green items to get a red rarity item. Aegis, healing past full, gives me a temporary barrier. That's actually pretty good. The red items are the highest rarity, by the way. Fuck it, we'll get them all. These are gonna hurt. They're not all gonna be good. Okay, so I can't get more. Well, I can't get multiples of some of them. So Strides of Heresy, replace utility skill with Shadow Fade, which is this. I heal and I can fly, but it only lasts for so long, and that replaces my jump, which used to deal damage, but now it doesn't. The Beads of Fealty are actually a thing that you have to find a location in the regular worlds in order to use. There's like a well that you throw them in, and when you throw them in there, they give you really good extra rarity items. What I have right now is the Spinel Tonic. It gives a boost to all stats, but you essentially can possibly get addicted, and it reduces your stats until you take it again.
Oh,
And then there's
the Grognak.
Yeah. And then there's the Hellfire Tincture, which I could do that, but it burns everything nearby, including me and my allies. So, I think I'll actually go with the other one, and I'll be a horrible drug addict. I also picked up the Defiant Gouge earlier, which whenever I use a shrine, it summons enemies, and I already had the Essence of Heresy. So if I were to get this one, I would replace 3 white items for this 1 green item, the Guillotine, which lets you execute low health elite monsters, which are the ones that have the elements attached to them.
It's
And-
like a corkboard with like the spider web around it of like items and what they do and how you can trade them. to do
Pepe
this.
Sylvia.
Yes, and you can have many, many multiples, and they will all stack. It's wonderful. Oh, I have to. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna show you things because there's a thing down here that you actually have to know about or at least explore in order to find. So we'll do this. We'll sit right here. Wait for that to come. Oh, I guess I don't have to wait. And then we'll go down and we'll do this. Land here so I don't take a shitload of fall damage.
This is a game that
I think it's this one? Yeah.
I do find interesting, and I can imagine myself playing at some point.
There is story to it, and recently they've added an actual final boss. So there is an end to the game if you really want to end it. Otherwise, it just keeps cycling. And if we go this way, we find this really deep, dark portal.
Looks lovely.
And these horrible monstrosities that are littered around it for no reason, surely. And into the null vortex.
No portal.
Same difference. Alright, so in this area, you have to activate all the points, and the only place that you can breathe is inside these fields. So you have to activate the fields, and then you have to stay inside them for a certain amount of time, and then you gotta go and find the next field, and you gotta go until all of them are done.
The good thing that you're a slow character.
Yes.
Ooh. It's gonna hurt, because it just ticks down. Although I'm healing, actually. I'm healing more than it's hurting me. Haha, maybe I can just do this. Oh no, I have to stay inside. That's right. No, don't hurt me. Although you're staying away like a bastard. You can't hide from me. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna keep shooting you. Are you healing? Stop healing, you bastard!
That's what I do. I heal.
That's my thing!
I'm the one supposed to be able to do that.
Oh! You stop it! Oh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill every one of you. Not just the men, but the women and the children too.
Children too.
Yeah. Come on. 5% left. There we go. Oh, they just disappeared. Now I gotta follow that light. Follow the North Star. Oh, I forgot to mention, after every one of these, the monsters get items. So now they all have energy shields that I have to get through before I can actually take out their health. Although they're kind of staying away from me, so I'm not complaining. And they're like artillery monsters, so they just need to stop. Just fucking stop. It's rude.
I just realized in this stream, I decided to talk about black men over 30 for a while and how they're wrong. And in the most recent recording, The Witness, we were talking about segregation quite a lot now, and how you gotta segregate
That comes
the blacks
up a
from the
lot.
white.
Well, you gotta keep the colors separate. You gotta get them keep them separate.
By the way, if you watch that, it gets to the point to where our like we're about to turn to drooling fucking goons. No, you like the amount of rules that we have to remember gets extreme.
It gets so complicated.
Yeah.
How?
Fucking horrible,
We're like
Jonathan.
we're trying to come up with like slogans
Oh,
to like remember the
Just
the
to
rules
remember
of
the
the
like
puzzle.
5 rules, and it keeps changing every next puzzle we get to, but it doesn't.
You
like-
see, you hit X in order to do this thing, but if you hit
it's-
X and circle, then it does a totally different thing.
It's like you can have a star with the same color, but you can have it with the other color as well. But if you do, you've tied it to that color, and you can only have so many per each color.
He's not hyperbole. That's he just,
That
he just
that is a
explained
rule.
It's if you find a star, you can have that star. You can have that star with at least 2 or 4 of them together. But if there were 4 of them, then they need to be 2 colors and they need to equal each other. So you have to have 2 of the same color and then 2 of the same color. And if you have a square with the star, you can have 1 with it. But if you have 2 stars, you also have to have an equal number of squares that go with it as well. And it has to be the same color. The squares have to be the same color. You have to be consistent with the colors you do, while also segregating the different square
You also have
colors
to
from each
segregate the
other.
colors while you're doing that at the same time.
I hate it.
Yeah,
That was where we got
yeah. Where we're just like literally looking at it, it's like we would solve it. And it's like, what did I do? What did I do? How did I do?
to. Why
that?
did this work?
We have to like review the puzzle we solved. It's like, okay, now how did we do that?
It's important to know how you solve those puzzles, especially if you have to keep solving puzzles.
There was a part where we both almost had a mental breakdown where we were looking at a puzzle that was really complicated, and Jordan just took a line and just went. He just went a straight line, like from the bottom to the top, and he solved it. And we were like, "What the fuck does that mean?" It was like it didn't make any sense.
The parents hurt and they have protection. They have the teddy bears. The teddy bears just block my attacks. Ah!
Jonathan Blow was a horrible, dirty boy.
I told Jordan before we were playing that game, it's like you have to always remember that it's possible. It's like what you're doing is not impossible. And when I originally said that, I know that advice was a lot. It seemed like a lot, but now it makes sense. as we just sit there and just start screaming. It's like, what does this mean?
We still don't know what the fuck a shape is, though.
We don't know triangles. We don't know Tetrises.
None of that matters. It just doesn't fucking work, no matter how.
Jonathan
long
keeps giving us shapes, but we don't know how to do it. It's like, Jonathan, you need to teach us.
Jonathan ate the apple. He ate the
ate
apple
it.
like a scumbag.
Wait,
Right in front of us.
what does that mean?
You'll see the next episode.
I suppose I
You have to
will.
watch it to know.
That's the title of the next episode, actually. I think it's like I think I titled it, He Ate the Apple.
He ate the apple like a bastard.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to watch Jordan Maynard's channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
Over there, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hit that like button in the face.
Yeah, there's a puzzle that we get stuck on, and we start, we have to rely on completely just guessing, and guessing with process of elimination to get through it. And then afterward, Jonathan, he looks at us in the eye, and like, he has a little smile, he's like, I ate the apple. And it's like, you fucking piece of shit.
You fucking die, please. I hit them so many times and they just keep blocking my attacks with their teddy bears.
You say that like it means something.
I don't know what you're saying.
They block
And
the attacks with
what
teddy
relation
bears.
it has to what I'm seeing on my screen.
They have teddy bears, you see, and I have a teddy bear here too. It just has, I think it's like a 2% chance to block all incoming damage, and they have 5 of them. So they just have a 10% chance to just block all of my damage, and it feels like it's happening a lot more than 10%. I hit you, and you only took damage like 4 of the 10 times I just hit you. And the parents heard.
You gotta activate all the cell vents.
I'm trying.
Why haven't you activated all of the cell vents?
Because they won't.
It's about to go into insane difficulty, by the way, so you might want to hurry it up.
No, I'm gonna stay here. I'm comfy.
Have you considered that maybe you should go a little bit faster?
No, hadn't thought about it. But
I have noticed that in this void place the time has stopped, so.
You know, I actually had not noticed that. It even blocked my fucking R. No, you bastards. This is rude. I got a quail. It lets me do jumps now. Forward jumps.
Imagine holding a bird in 2 hands and
I
shaking it. Like,
just-
I got a quail!
You hold a bird in your hands, it's trying to flap its wings, and you just say, I can jump now.
I can jump.
This allows me to jump.
Just look at all my beautiful items. I have meat in my mouth. I have my quail on my forehead. I've got fucking rocket boosters coming out of my shoulders. 2 shields on my left arm. Because 1 is never enough. One of my feet has been replaced with a goat hoof. Can you people stop? Please. Well, I'm hesitant to call you people, but can you stop?
Why do they have teddy bears? Why is that the thing?
Because teddy bears are for tougher times, and tougher times protect. That's the name of the teddy bear. It's tougher times.
But why do they have it?
That's how this area works. Every time you do the vent, it gives them some other bonus. They have ukuleles now, which means they technically have the ability to use chain lightning whenever they attack me too, which does more damage.
Ukulele, said the bison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reference.
This,
I
I
believe.
shoot lightning from this.
Because whenever you pick it up, its tagline is it's electric. So I think it's a reference to like a movie or something.
Probably this is Spinal
Or-
Tap. That sounds like a this is Spinal Tap.
That does sound like that.
Or it's, and his music was electric. That's what it was. Stop hitting me! Please! I just want to not die.
Like, no,
I
you
just
want
wanna
to
be
reach
free.
the cells, and I don't want you to reach the cells.
No, well, I want to do it anyway, so can you not? My teddy bear's protecting me every so often.
That's what that squeak sound is, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Because I'm constantly ticking damage just from not being able to breathe. Despite the fact that apparently I don't need oxygen. They have a rejuvenation rack, which I believe makes them heal more. If they heal. Something to do with healing, I don't really remember. I wish they would all die though. They're making it real difficult. At least this is the last one.
High-level enemies having random buffs stacked on them to make them like artificially really strong is like giving me global Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah. I was just thinking that.
Well,
No,
know,
you can't hit me right now. You can't.
Yeah, like it's like you know how you can kill us all in one hit. Well, now half the time you do no damage.
It's dumb.
Isn't this fun?
Stop it. Just stay away from me. Oh, I got a red thing. A resonance disc. Charged by killing enemies, fires automatically when charged. Interesting. Where do I
Just
go?
explode.
My air. Or, no, I can breathe now.
You fix this world.
I pumped
It's
oxygen
fixed.
into the world. Oh wait, am I underwater?
Looks like it.
I might be
Little
underwater.
kelps over there.
Yeah.
There's a portal. Portal.
Portale. I can just keep flying. Yay! I did it! And then I broke my leg on the landing.
You did the thing,
I did it! And now we're in Sky Meadow. It's the
and
it's
the
area
time is
before
now
the-
officially going now.
I'm
so-
returned.
I am returned.
Yeah, little touchy hands.
I can ride the wind. And he's not taking damage. Stop not taking my damage. And then the mushrooms again, which I can finally hit again. It's so nice being able to do damage.
The ability to turn into the little ball and fly around is very useful.
It is very useful. If I had not switched my R ability early on, though, it would have been a little bit better. I think I will use this, though. It lets you trade in a red item for whatever item is shown, and that item lets your attacks explode. So now I do even more damage. That alone probably just like doubled my damage output. And it only gets stronger the more you put in. So I could just have all my attacks just be fucking nukes. Where are you going?
Why are you running?
Why are you running? I kill. No
The only
kill.
problem I have with games like this is that, not being a native PC gamer, I find it difficult to remember the buttons that I need to press for the hotkeys and things.
For this, though, it's fairly simple. It's just mouse click 1, mouse click 2, shift, R, and Q. And
Get that?
Then, of course, WASD.
But my muscle memory is not trained for that. And this seems like a high-paced environment.
Like, I did train my muscles for literally over 2 decades to use a controller.
Yes.
Ah, you'll be fine. Can you fucking die? Thank you. Where do I need to go? I think I need to go this way. We ride.
This
Hopefully I don't
music
get
is
hit by
real smooth.
It is real nice. I'll try and kill the final boss so we can see credits maybe and see who actually made the music.
Sounds like the kind of music they use here at the end of a march that says he's film and everyone's dead and sad about it.
A little bit.
Tends to happen in these movies.
It does.
And the director where he's gonna kill half of the main characters that you came here to watch.
Oh, you liked those characters? Well, I didn't, so they're dead.
Joe Pesci and Goodfellas.
Oh, and also spits on your shoes. I hate you.
You fully killed him off halfway through that movie. When you think of Goodfellas, you almost always think of Joe Pesci's character, but he kills him off like halfway through that movie.
It's totally fine. You didn't go there to watch him, though. You came there to watch whoever the fuck else is in that movie.
Ray Liotta and Robert De Niro.
Like Scorsese's other main people.
De Niro, I can accept, I suppose.
And Lorraine Bracco. Ray Liotta is also great. He, you will also know him because he was the voice of the protagonist in Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
They were gonna have him. Fun little fact. They talk about Tommy Vercetti, which is the name of the protagonist in Vice City.
Mm-hmm.
They were gonna have him make an appearance in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. But at the last minute, there was a dispute that Rockstar had with Ray Liotta to reprise the character. And they decided that instead of casting someone else to play him, because Ray Liotta's a proper, well-known actor, and he has a very unique sounding voice. They decided instead of recasting him, they just cut his scene out of the game.
Rude.
And so instead, he is referenced off-screen, but you don't get to see him. They vaguely reference that he's a mob boss from Florida.
Is that where Vice City is? I thought that was in California.
No, Vice City's Miami.
All weird island nations.
Yes.
It's like there was a great apocalypse that split America into many islands.
They've confirmed that.
Stillwater's out there somewhere as well.
They've confirmed that Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto are in the same universe.
Oh.
And Red Dead Redemption 2 covers like Texas, Louisiana, and somewhere else.
The Le Mans Raiders.
Some snowier bit.
In
I think it's
beautiful
like
old San
Colorado.
Denis.
I want to say it's Colorado.
I think it's Colorado.
Colorado sounds about right. There's lots of mountains. And those mountains are very cold.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 covers that.
I killed the panther 2 days ago, I think it was. And that was a chore. Because that thing, like, it sees you always before you see it. And you have, like, 3 seconds to react and do your whole Deadeye shit before it is upon you. And once it's on you, you will die.
How much do you know about the story of that game?
I'm about halfway through it right now.
I can't say it then.
The party just arrived in Saint Denis not too long ago, and Jack was kidnapped, but we just retrieved him.
Can't even ask you like probing questions to give it away.
That'll reveal things.
Yeah. Let's just say that there was some small references to something, and I was like, "Oh, I bet you this is how this is gonna go."
Yeah.
Like whenever I was with Tyler when he was playing it, I was like,
Yeah,
"This is gonna
I know
happen."
I know what you're talking about.
And then like fully 9 hours later, it's like, "Well,
it's, like,
this is
it's
happening."
here.
It's like there was
It's
a slight
happening.
there was a little tick that was happening with the character in one cutscene. I was just like, he did that in the last cutscene too. I bet you that this.
I
means
bet
this.
you X.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that either John is gonna go full traitor and it's gonna lead into the original Red Dead, or Micah's gonna fuck some shit up because he's fucked up everything he's touched so far, and I hate that goddamn bastard.
I'll tell you that the thing I'm referencing is very
It's
important.
not either of those things.
It's neither of those things. It's very important, and they give you subtle hints to it throughout the game. Where it's like, oh, this is a big deal. Okay.
This is gonna be a thing.
I know someone's selling us out to the Pinkertons. I just don't know who yet.
You'll find out.
It's like, it'll be very obvious when it happens.
Yes.
It's like, whoa, I gotta take my heroin now.
Oh, I think you may have told me a thing.
It's not a drug addiction either.
Oh. Okay, if I shift this, I think it resets? Yeah, it resets. So we're gonna shift this back to the moon, and we're gonna go to the moon. We will go to the moon in this. Oh, this is new. I've never fought this before. Oh God, they have big round heads.
It's like one of those like weird stands that you put a T-shirt on.
It's like the parents, but it's bigger and it hurts more. So this is a
you were
parent,
referencing-
and I guess that's a grandparent.
It's a caretaker. It's the grandparent.
Oh, I
There's
don't want
colors. It's the star.
it. Make
It
it
is.
stop. Did I kill one? I killed one. Did I kill both? Oh, I guess
You
I
did
killed
it
both.
with your explosive hands.
My explode. I just smacked them all with the force of 10 billion kilojoule bombs.
Yeah, you were referencing Kennedy's space speech. I actually, on a whim, watched that whole speech the other day.
Oh yeah.
That Kennedy fella, he's a good speaker.
But if you hadn't heard, he's pretty good at speaking.
He's really good. He's like really good.
Huh.
Because everyone's heard the clips, the famous clips, but his whole speeches are real good.
He was a very good speaker, I imagine. He did become president, and
He's got-
I guess that doesn't necessarily mean.
It's like, hang
I was
on
about to
there.
say, it's like
Hang
some presidents
on.
can't speak English.
Some presidents are more presidents than other presidents.
It's like he's right up there with like FDR, where you hear the whole speech and it's like, this is real good. He's got like the right emotions he needs to get them, and it sounds uniquely good.
It was a time of really good speakers, I'll say that. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, JFK. Robert Kennedy was a thing back then, too.
Lyndon Johnson was not a good speaker. He did do many things, but he was not a good speaker. He was just like, nah, I don't know about this whole poverty thing. We need to get rid of it. That's how he
It seems
spoke.
bad to me.
Yeah, he had his southern twang and he spoke really slow. And he was like, I don't like the people who are poor. Make them not poor. I'm gonna expand this welfare state.
Have you seen my cock? I'm gonna whip it out right now anyway, if you haven't.
True story. True story.
Oh, wow.
It was a power thing where he would be at a urinal or something like that, and he would turn so you could see his big dick, and you would be shocked and appalled. And he did it intentionally as a power thing to people.
Why don't you take a look there, boy? See what a
You're
president.
gonna need both. You're gonna need both sets of eyes and a friend set of eyes to see this shit.
Having conferences with people while on the toilet was another one, where like they're literally like talking to him through the door. That kind of thing.
This place has
He was
robots.
like, I'm the president, so you're gonna come in here because I need to poop, and I'm the president, so you're gonna follow me to the bathroom.
If the president has to
smell
shit,
it.
then by God, you let the president shit. You just do whatever
You're
the
gonna
president
smell it
says.
while I give you the orders. He was also famous for bullying the fuck out of people into doing what he wanted. The kind of guy to where like
He would like to show up in their office, sit at their
Yes.
desk, and tell them how it's gonna be.
you go to your office and the president's sitting there. It's like, so how you doing?
He would show up at like congressmen's offices, like in their seat, say like, so here's how it's gonna be.
Here's this bill you're voting for.
You're not voting for this, by the way. I'm the president.
So I've got a problem here. And
That's
I
how the
think
Civil
that-
Rights Act was passed.
Uh-huh. That's how that happened.
I mean, whatever
He
you gotta do to
twisted
make it
arms.
happen.
He twisted arms until people voted for it.
Sometimes arms need a good twisting and dislocating.
It's like he was twisting their arms because Martin Luther King was twisting his arm. Martin Luther King was like, "You want these blacks to vote for you?" And he's like, "Yes, I do."
I do.
And he was like, "Well, guess what? I'm gonna tell them not to vote for you unless you get this fucking passed." He's like, "I'm trying."
Oh, I'm trying.
And so there was a series of arm twistings. Like, there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, we all kumbaya'd together and did the right thing."
But no.
A series of people twisting a series of people's arms until people decided to do it.
Well, that is
Until
always
they
a-
finally voted correctly.
Yeah. Because Martin Luther King was really he was really smart with politics.
Yes, he was.
He knew politics.
He knew how
He
things
would
worked.
get in. He got in there with LBJ.
Malcolm X, on the other hand, was on the wrong side of the CIA.
Malcolm X had some faults.
He did. But he actually started walking back his more militant thoughts shortly before he died.
Yeah. Another good Kennedy speech, the Robert Kennedy speech about Martin Luther King being assassinated.
That's a good one.
It's like, famously, it's like, I don't remember where he went. Was it Chicago he went to?
Yes.
He
was in
camp-
Chicago at the time, yeah.
He was campaigning for president. He got out of his campaign plane
Yeah.
in Chicago, and he gave a speech. He announced most of Robert Kennedy's voting demographic were black folk. So the people who met him at the airport was a sea of black folk, and he announced to them for the first time that Martin Luther King had been shot and killed.
The violence was not as bad there as it was in other places. Some
Yeah,
people
he
think
gave
because
it-
of him.
He gave a speech,
the speech he
and,
gave.
and Chicago did not have major riots, and almost every other major city in America did. And people credited Robert Kennedy for being the reason that they didn't. He calmed the crowds.
Which, I mean, that's a feat to calm a crowd after that.
There's a famous video, because there's video footage of him announcing it, and you can hear people that start, like, they scream and they start busting into tears and everything.
He was an important man to a lot of people.
It was also very sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah, assassinations tend to be like that.
It just sort of happened. I've seen the mountaintop speech that he gave. I think just a few days prior is real spooky. If you hear the whole text of it, it's real scary because he talks about his own death a lot. It's like literally, it's like 2 days later he's assassinated.
He knew what was coming.
Like he talked really frankly about his own death too, not in like a vague terms. He was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it much longer, you know, that kind of thing.
There were a lot of people fighting against him.
I was also recently reading. Recently, as a part of the Freedom of Information Act, files that were requested by President Ford on the Soviet reaction to Kennedy's assassination. Very specific.
Yes.
And so I was actually, it's like I was reading government files that were supplied by J. Edgar Hoover. And I was reading them, and they're really interesting. And I was reading about how the Soviet government apparently were really angry that Kennedy was assassinated. They didn't like it. Because they apparently liked Kennedy.
Was he on the way to repairing relations or something? Gorbachev? Was that who it was? At the time?
No, that was during Nikita Khrushchev was in charge during
Khrushchev.
Kennedy's time.
Shit.
But outside of the whole Cuban Missile Crisis thing,
What?
they gauged that Kennedy genuinely wanted to improve relations and was not a warmonger and the like.
Quite uncommon for such a time.
The Soviets were worried about American jingoism and like the American tendency to invade people.
We do like to do that a
Imperialism.
lot.
It worried the Soviet government a lot during the Cold War that a president would be elected. who might be crazy. Imagine if Trump was president of the Cold War.
Oh no.
That would be the end of the world. I genuinely would not
It
expect
could
the
have
world
been.
to survive.
But I was reading about it, and it was fun because the Soviet government knew nothing about Lyndon Johnson at all. Knew nothing about him. And it's like, well, he's the president. The Soviet government, for a while, believed that Lyndon Johnson may have played a role in Kennedy's assassination. They didn't go into detail in the government report I read, but they were saying that the KGB had reasons to believe that Lyndon Johnson may have had a role in Kennedy's assassination, and the Soviet government apparently found it very hard to believe that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone.
What do you
they
think?
Apparently, I think that it's difficult to say. I mean, on its own, it's fine, but then the Jack Ruby thing is difficult to explain. It's weird. Lee Harvey Oswald later being assassinated by Jack Ruby out of nowhere for seemingly no motive.
That was weird. I'll say that.
There's some weird inconsistencies with the investigations and stuff like that on that. It's pretty clear that Oswald had no connection to the Soviet government, and that the Soviets wanted nothing to do with Oswald because they thought he was crazy. But past that, and then Robert Kennedy's assassination too is also really weird. It's like, unlike with Oswald, I feel that Robert Kennedy's can be thrown more easily to just a person being insane. Sharan, I think was the name of the guy who killed him.
Sirhan or something like that.
Yeah, his first name and last name were the same. I think he was Syrian or something of that nature. Or Lebanese or something. His is weird because he says that he made a lot of claims that were strange. Palestinian. He made a lot of claims that were strange about how he had moments of time that were blacked out. I think he died mysteriously too, now that I think about it. But there's some certain conspiracy theories about how he may have been a government plant. And they're conspiracy theories, not like these new-founded conspiracy theories that have a tendency to be based on nothing.
Still alive. He's still
Oh, he
alive,
is?
actually.
Oh, wow. Where are they holding him?
Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego, California.
Really?
You can go visit Sharan.
I mean, you guys can go
Hello.
visit. Who was it? Manson.
Manson's dead.
Oh, is he? I knew he was in Big Muddy Prison up until fairly recently.
All the fun people are held over there. Like all the big fun people.
Was there a reason they go there?
I think it's just a really secure maximum security one.
It would make sense.
Maximum security federal prison.
Am I missing something? I'm on I see you difficulty.
Always interesting that that's right next to a college. Just right across the road.
Like you leave
Well,
college, and
right
they're
across
just
the
like,
interstate,
now get in
I
the
guess.
cell. You're gonna enter reality now and get in the cell. You're no longer a child anymore.
You're gonna learn some things today, boy.
Just imagine like studying at Ren Lake. You just go outside to study and look over. It's like, oh, hello, Manson.
Hello, Mr. Manson. Is that a new swastika you've carved in your forehead, I see?
That looks different than the one you had the day before.
Oh, this one? Yeah, I carved it in there like 2 months ago, I think it was. Left a nasty scar, too. Got infected, had to go to the infirmary. Whole ordeal.
He is so interesting. It's like, I don't even know why he carved the swastika on his head, because he doesn't appear to have any Nazi sympathies. He just, maybe he thought
I
it
was
looked
just
cool.
bored.
Yeah.
I,
There's something to do.
I
He lunged at the
genuinely-
judge during his trial. During his trial, he clambered over the desk and lunged at the judge and was tackled by the deputy.
Like, excuse me, this won't help your sentencing, you know.
Like, I just imagine his lawyer. It's like, oh fuck me, because they actually had a defense for a while there with that he didn't actually kill anyone.
Oh, it's up here now. Oh, this is.
And that seemed like it could possibly work.
Fall.
Whether he lunged after the judge.
It's a black hole.
I'm gonna go touch it. I'm gonna go touch it. The music stopped.
I like that you can hear the jingle jangle of all your fucking gadgets you have.
Just
on
shit.
you.
It's pretty awesome. Oh, there is a
Right.
thing with him. At some point, he does steal my items, so that will be a thing.
What a dickhead.
And he's like a full-on Dark Souls boss. He fucking hurts. He's stupid fast. Does a shitload of damage.
I was seeing these little hammers around the environment.
There were some swords and some spears down below. Oh, he's doing things. Stop it!
What if you tagged him and then R'd him? How fast would that be?
Oh, I R'd him. How about Hellfire Tincture? I'm strong.
Just hewing through that hell. He's like, nope, nope, nope.
He's
I'm
about
up
to
here
steal
now.
my
Nope,
shit
you
now.
did too fast.
Oh, ow. Oh, I thought he was about to steal it. Are you
Just kill him before he can do that.
not
Just stack effects onto him until he falls over and dies.
Stop
Yes.
it. Oh. Beg, frail and soft, break beneath me. Now is
The
the
Lunar
time to
Chimera.
They're just machine guns. Stop it. Oh. My arm's starting to feel that vaccine now.
It's like all at once, like, whoa.
It's feeling a little stiff. I have a feeling it's not going to get much better.
You're supposed to move it throughout the day.
Well, I've been up and...
But nobody does that because they're like, nah.
I've been...
No.
I got my shot, and then I had to go drive, and then I drove
We
home.
got video games
and I
to
got
play.
Shit to do. I had to fucking do all that shit with my PlayStation. It didn't even fucking work.
I know, but I did the exact same thing when I got it, and my arm also hurt after. I'm like, I know I was told to do this and it would help, but I didn't do that.
No one's ever done it, I'm convinced. Even a doctor's like, I don't got time to move my arm.
Even the doctors, the nurses there, I'm sure they got it, they're like, I'm not gonna do it, fuck it.
I'm not gonna do that, no. I'm gonna watch TV.
You really expect me to do this extra shit? You gave me a vaccine. Why don't you fix it? Fucking die! I got him. And now things are about to happen.
We already defeated him.
No, I didn't.
Well, now his hammer's got jet engines flowing through it.
Now he's on hard mode.
Good.
And he's got friends. Oh!
That's just 2/3 of your health, that's all.
Don't get hit by it again.
Oh.
Oh, I just realized he's talking to you.
Yeah.
Just don't get hit by that.
Oh!
See, don't do that.
Half my health.
Well, just don't get hit by it.
You can't touch me. You can't touch me. I'm gonna touch you. Stop it.
Now don't get overconfident here because he's nearly dead. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
We call that getting greedy.
Oh, now he's stealing my
Yes.
shit.
How kind.
Stop it. I can't stop him.
Now you're naked.
You're nothing.
No. I'm so weak.
He has all your shit.
Oh. Can I have my shit back?
You can't.
You're.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
say you're. It's like you're still flying.
Make it stop.
Just kill him.
I'm slowly getting my shit back. I'm gonna get you.
Well, he's slow now, so that's fine. Should be more predictable.
I think that was.
There you go.
I think that was it. Oh, die, you bastard. Oh, the moon's gonna blow.
detonating.
You best get to that portal.
Got a blast.
Don't die.
Can I get out of here, please?
There were several portals there. Were they not the correct portals?
I think
They
those
weren't
might have been-
portals. They
those
they
might
were
have
gonna
been-
hurt, or maybe they are. I don't know.
You sure?
No.
You have 2.5
It
years
wasn't like
to
this the
figure it
last
out.
time I beat this.
You sounded real sure, and then you weren't.
It wasn't like
Well, this
this.
portal's gonna
no,
go into the thing.
They're
You can go
flying
to that
away.
You
Why?
can also fly.
What's that? Oh, it worked.
Out there. See? I would ignore these silly little enemies.
Probably.
Why waste time hitting them?
Yeah, you have to go 1 kilometer in 2 minutes.
It's
Uh-huh.
fine.
I would focus on that.
It's not that far.
Okay.
I got a goat hoof, and I got quails.
I have a bird that allows me to jump.
It's true. I got 2 birds, actually. They let me jump even farther. Get away from me.
This might be actually pretty tight on time. You're probably gonna have like 20 seconds left.
That sounds like something Jim would do in Fish Shark marketing, by the way. It's like, I've strapped birds to my head so that allows me to fly now.
Yes, yeah. That's the logic they use.
What game is this?
It's a podcast.
Podcast, Fish Shark marketing. It's very good.
Fist Shark Marketing.
Jim Sterling.
Yeah, it's one of his podcasts.
Oh, now I
That
have
no
to
one
defend
watched,
it?
so they stopped it.
Defend it.
There's so many. I just want to leave. Last time I played this, you just had to
30
get
seconds,
here.
30%.
I thought you had all the time in the world.
40%.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
50%.
We only got 55%. We got 30 seconds.
Remember how I said it's gonna be real tight? It's probably gonna be like 20 seconds.
Oh.
Now you're at 70%.
Oh.
And you just hide inside there.
I'm gonna be a fucking void. Just can't touch me.
90.
I'm out of void. Fuck.
Well,
96.
98?
don't die here.
I lived.
You had 11 seconds left. So
I made
Think
it
about
off
all-
the moon.
think about how close that actually
Yeah.
was. You had 11 seconds left.
That was far closer than I thought it would be. Is he dead? I think he's dead. That moon does not look too good.
It doesn't.
Just like Warframe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Just like Warframe.
just like Warframe.
I don't think moons are just supposed to go away like that.
Yeah, just like Warframe.
Hmm.
In that game, the moon happens eventually.
Yeah, it's the opposite. It came
Yeah.
back.
I thought that was... Is that not the same with Destiny? Or is that a
I
different
didn't
thing?
play
I have
Destiny.
no idea what Destiny's
I don't
anything
know.
is.
I'm pretty
Is that
sure
the
it's not an
final boss?
ending. It's just like the moon.
I
Or,
feel
no,
like I've
it's
seen
like
that
some
in
fucking.
art. It's like a big moon thing
Yeah, it's some big alien artifact.
on the cover.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Destiny or any of its plot.
Hmm.
Arm.
Yay!
Yay! Featuring
Did
the
it.
music of Christodoulou
Chris do.
with audio by Askew Sound, with a bunch of lead designers and shit. And yeah, that was. Yeah,
You did it.
I did it.
Success.
Success. That was an easy playthrough. So now, I'm going to do something that's a little more fast-paced. We're going to do this, and we're going to turn one of these on. We'll do Artifact of Glass. And,
Well, I'm gonna get off here because it's late here. You see,
well, you're a poopy.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
11. It's 11:30.
it's 11:30 and I work.
Work.
I have a job.
Well, I have a JOB, and it's called school.
Mm-hmm. All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The yawn.
How much longer are you planning on being on?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I had a big dinner too, which is adding to my tiredness.
That is certainly a thing. So the Commando has 2 pistols, and he has one of the most rapid-fire auto attacks. He also has a shotgun, a slide, and a grenade, which does a lot of damage.
I think he was one of the first characters they had.
I believe he was the first. He was in the original game too.
Remember the first like 3 or 4 characters were just like people,
Mm-hmm.
and then as time gone on, they went crazy.
The first 3 were the Commando, the Archer, and
There was a Robo dude that came out, and I think the last time I watched stuff about this game was when he had just came out.
okay, yeah, multi. He's
I know
fun.
a
He's
little
not really
bit
my
fun.
thing though. He has a bunch of different loadouts you can do though. 'Cause his main thing is essentially just a nail gun that's a minigun, and it doesn't do very much damage, but you can make it do a lot of damage.
You have 18 health.
Yeah, but I do 500% damage. So
Unlike your little lizard friend, who had like 800 or so around. Beautiful.
it was very nice and very safe, very comfortable. And now things are spawning again. But I actually prefer doing the Artifact of Glass because it's more high stakes. And I like doing damage early on.
Well, I would suppose that doing it with a unit that does rapid fire is probably more effective.
Yeah. And my favorite one to actually play is the Archer, because if you go for a critical hit build, then she has an auto attack that normally fires 3 arrows at a time, and if you get a critical, it's like 8 arrows, and each one of them does critical damage, so you can just mow down bosses with like 2 auto attacks. You. More speed, more attack speed. And there's a thing you can do if you go to your ship and you go around the back. You can open up this panel and you can take that fuel array and you can use it to unlock another character. But if you drop below half health, it detonates and kills you instantly.
Interesting.
So if you really want to torture yourself, you can do Artifact of Glass, and you can have that on your back. So anytime you take any damage whatsoever, you will die.
Yeah.
fucking teleporter. Always the issue. I don't know where the fuck to look. It's random every time.
We need to figure out when we're going to try to do Empire Total War again.
Yeah.
At some point. We might be able to net pilots for it at some point, because he says it's going to be more free now.
We might be able to. That would be nice. If you can not fanny on us.
I recently tried to do a playthrough on there as Great Britain, because I realized I'd never actually played as them before. Even though they're the standard obvious choice.
Yeah.
And I feel that the standard emotion while playing as Britain is a constant state of fear and anxiety.
That bad?
Because usually I've even played as countries that are hard to play as on there, and it's fine. But as Britain, there's just so much to do, and so many people. France, okay, I've never had a harsher rivalry in any sort of setting ever than in my current playthrough of Empire Total War as Britain versus France.
Like
They hate me so much.
Oh, you wanted that land? Well, I wanted it more.
We compete in every margin. Every single feasible margin. Like, trying to make London's wealth more valuable than Paris's and stuff like that, and constantly taking the lead over each other, and prestige battling each other. Or they build the Bourbon Palace, and it's like, well, I'm doing the Industrial Revolution, and we both get prestige from it.
That is a thing.
And we keep going to war, repeatedly. And sometimes they negotiate the peace, and sometimes I negotiate the peace. We fight each other until it gets really painful, and then we stop for a while.
It sounds like the historic rivalry.
I've stolen almost all their colonies in America, and meanwhile they are being real scary in Europe.
Oh.
The French border goes to Cologne.
That's far.
Yeah, they've done. They're like they are all over West Germany.
Are they doing Napoleon
And-
things?
Well, they're all over West Germany and they're all over North Italy. And I don't really want to stop them because that would involve going to war with them on the land, and I don't want to do that.
That sounds like a bad idea.
They have a habit of just walking entire like 20 unit armies just around everywhere. They're just like my spies see them just walking around all over the place, and I don't want to. And so I stay on my island
Where it's safe.
where I have a big Royal Navy to defend me.
You have a big wooden wall.
And there was like when I'm talking about anxiety and stuff like that, I just mentioned how like big and scary the French army is. And for a bit there, at the start of the game, the first 20 years or so, I had an advantage over them in that my naval technology was better than theirs.
Yeah.
But then I started focusing on other things, and then that's when I realized that at some point France eclipsed me in naval technology.
Ooh, that's
And they tried building structures that would allow them to build ships that are bigger and more powerful than my ships. And to stop them when we were at war, I was constantly doing raids on their coast to burn the buildings down. So they physically couldn't build the ships to compete with my navy.
Until
Just so that because if they did that, they'd be able to neutralize my navy and then invade Britain, and then I lose.
That would be a bad thing.
And that's just how everything is. We're like in the 1770s now. The United States of America happened in like 1715, by the way. And it really fucked me over.
And there's not really any fighting that because France probably joined.
I had to have a big war. I had to have a big war with the United States, and France became best friends with the United States.
Because
and they
they
made
do
the
that.
war. They made the war much harder than it ever needed to be. The Iroquois launched a raid into the 13 colonies that was way more successful than anyone thought it would be. And they ransacked New York.
Oh.
And that led to a revolt in New York that led to a secessionist faction being born that created the United States of America because they decided that the crown wasn't defending them sufficiently because the Iroquois attacked and all that. Meanwhile, while this was happening, I was fighting a war on 3 continents. So I was like, I'm busy.
So we can be independent then.
They did that, and so there was a civil war between the United States of America and the official Crown 13 colonies, is what was happening. And I could give no support to the 13 colonies, because as soon as that war broke out, France declared war on me and declared it allied. They were allied with the United States of America because they're scum.
And then they whisper in America's ear like
These filthy Brits, as you say, they are bastards, and they will not protect you. But we, the French, will also not protect you. But we are not Britain.
They immediately signed military alliances with the United States and immediately signed trade agreements with the United States, sending a steady supply of money to them, like instantly, and also went to war with me.
So they knew. They knew what was gonna happen.
And so I basically had to tell the 13 colonies to deal with it while I fought a war in Africa, India, mainland Europe, and the Caribbean. And so I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Deal with it. I'm busy.
The crown is a little overextended at the moment. Please handle yourselves.
It's like, and deal with that Iroquois bullshit while you're at it, because that hadn't stopped happening. Like, deal with that Native American shithead stuff while you're doing that as well.
Do they just march like a 20-stack army into New York and just loot it?
What it was the 13 colonies didn't defend it properly, and a small raiding force was...
Oh.
That laser, I did a lot of damage.
Yeah. That's usually about how long those runs go for me whenever I have those on. But
yeah,
yeah.
The Iroquois sent a small raiding force that was mostly Lance cavalry and stuff into New York to burn some stuff. And the 13 colonies did not... That looks like a Nazi German.
He is a captain. He has powerful abilities.
And yeah, and like I said, they ransacked New York, caused a revolt, secessionist movement, because they were like, I didn't defend them, like, I don't know what you want from me. And then the United States formed with New York as its capital, and then they marched on Philadelphia and then Boston, and it spiraled real out of control. And then eventually I had to land armies in South Carolina. And then I had to like fight up the North American coastline, retaking the colonies. And then I officially disbanded the 13 colonies because I was like, well, you're pointless now because I'm now governing this myself.
You cannot handle yourselves. Goodbye.
The 13 colonies became Maine and the Carolinas, is what they became, because all their other territory was either occupied by Native Americans or by the new United States of America.
There's not really any way to take that back unless you want to start another big fuck-off war, right?
Yeah, and then Europe got really angry because I was already at war. I was stealing a bunch of stuff in the Caribbean, I was stealing a bunch of stuff in India, and then I was stealing a bunch of stuff back from the United States. And all of that was considered territorial expansion, so all of Europe was like, you're taking a lot of stuff. And I was like, this is all clearly mine!
No, it's not.
And so, yeah, currently on there, it's like 1770, and everyone's really into the Industrial Revolution. And it definitely appears like Prussia, who has taken over most of what is Germany and also Poland.
They're good at conquering.
Prussia, myself, and the Ottoman Empire have formed a sort of alliance. And France and Russia have formed a sort of alliance. And it definitely looks like we're all about to go to war with each other.
Are we about to witness the 7 Years' War?
It's gonna be more violent than that, I think, because all of us have entered the Industrial Revolution, so it's gonna be like Napoleonic War scale. It's gonna be bad. And I'm just waiting for it to kick off.
People watched the American Civil War because it was one of the first demonstrations of a fully industrialized, or two fully industrialized armies fighting each other. That was a very important thing.
Yeah, and that campaign, it's like 1770 something, and I have until 1800 something to meet all my goals, and I am just barely ahead of France in the prestige race. They keep they and I keep swapping out over who has the most prestige, and on there the prestige is just a general measure. Usually, whoever's the most prestigious country usually is also the most powerful, and France and I just keep swapping back and forth on it. But when 1800 comes, I have to be ahead. I have to be the #1 prestigious country in the world, or else I don't win the campaign. And I have to steal Gibraltar at some point. I have all the other regions I need. Which means I have to go to war with Spain at some point. I don't want to do that because they have a massive fucking fleet, and my biggest advantage is my navy. And if they hit me hard, or they hurt my navy, and then France goes to war with me, which they will, and I have a weak navy, then they'll destroy my navy and then invade Britain.
Yay. Good thing you have allies, though. You might even say an axis of allies.
My allies are very tenuous. Everyone's really nice to France, and no one's nice to me because I'm stealing things in France. France has been really selective in their theft, and I've been very general in mine, where I'm like, I'm going to take India.
All of it.
Well, I just got done taking all of India because they really didn't like me taking a little bit of India, and so I decided that I'm just going to take it all then.
I mean, at that point, you might as well.
I was like, it's more profitable if I take it all, and then you people, if I extinct you, will no longer be a pain in my ass.
Very true.
Yeah. It's a lot. And right now, there's an arms race going on because both France and I are trying to build the first steamships. And whenever someone builds this, like, to tell you how important building a steamship is, whoever builds a steamship first gets a boost to prestige, and there's like a notice that goes out to all, like, in the game that says, like, this country has been the first country to build a steamship.
Oh, well, I got blacked.
They blacked you in the back of the head while you were busy.
I was busy. Oh, I probably will hop off here, though. I'm a little tired, too, and I'm probably going to be going to bed in like an hour. But at least things are all done, and we have a possibility of being able to actually do things.
Mother just sent me a text late at night where she's asking me random philosophical questions. It's like, oh, is this a trick question?
Oh, what kind of philosophical question?
If something was to happen to me, would you put me in a nursing home or would you take care of me? It's like, whoa, I have to think about that question.
Why?
It's like, because clearly it's something that she's thinking about. So I have to figure out why she's asking.
That sounds like a trap, but what do I know?
Yeah.
I'm not good at peopling, so that's a thing.
Okay.
But, okay, we've just had a bot in chat the whole time. Or not in chat, I guess, but at least I'm pretty sure that's a bot. His name's Yosef the Spammer. So.
I don't know. I haven't been looking at it. I haven't checked his papers.
I checked them. I think it's a thing we're just gonna block. It's fine. But beyond that, we'll just go ahead and end it. I'll figure out how to fix things for Bloodborne probably tomorrow.
That would be lovely.
And hopefully, I'll probably give it a shot just to do a little tiny test stream sometime tomorrow evening just to see if it's working correctly. So,
I would like for it to work correctly.
that would be really nice. I'd really appreciate it if it worked correctly too. But you know, can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need.
I can threaten and scream until I get it though.
You can. That is most certainly an option. One
I
that
can shake and threaten and scream.
just scream to your heart's content. Release the primal anger deep inside.
I was all ready for Bloodborne. I had all my various boss soundtracks in my head. Father Gascoigne.
I
Da
can't.
da dun, da da dun, da da dun.
I can't wait.
It's been a while since I played Bloodborne. It's been probably at least a year and a half since I played Bloodborne. Beaten it many times.
It's been a good long while for me. It's been since before Haley and I had our whole thing. So that was... Fuck. 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
I was pointing out before that that game is 7 years old now.
Everything is
Six and a half.
old. Everything is older now. Why does everything have to get older? Why can't things just stay the same forever?
Well, it was 14 years old when that game came out.
I disapprove. I don't
The
know.
children that Tyler nets to the slop house.
Yeah, I don't know why the world feels a need to progress. It's dumb.
Alright.
But
I'm probably gonna hop off here as well.
well, very well. I will probably talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.